Okay, welcome. Welcome to our moving up call. We are recording now. And so this is really great for if you've ever thought about moving up in the company, or maybe you just want to know about it because it might not be for you right now, but what if it would be for you later? Or what if you meet somebody that's like, oh yeah, I'm all in, I want this. And I've met people that had no desire to be a manager, and then they just wake up one day like, yeah, I think I want to do it. Or they meet somebody who wants to do it and like, yeah, well, I can help you along the way. Thank you. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to share my screen because I have a PowerPoint that we're going to go through. And I have this PowerPoint that obviously this is recorded so you can watch this again. But if you ever want to like look through it, I can even post it on the Team Spirit page if you want. That's up to you. We'll find out if that's something that you would want to do, or maybe you just want to have the recording. So sharing screen. Excuse me just a second. I'm sorry this is taking a minute, but this is a newer program for me. So I want to show it as play. Is that what I want? That's what I want. Thank you. Okay, good. It's just a newer thing for me. If you guys have questions at all in the middle of it, go ahead and put it up there. I don't always see them right away because we're in a different screen, but go ahead and put them up there and I'll answer them at the end. So our slogan in Tupperware is think big, start small, but begin now. And I am going to start out by giving you just a very small little story about thinking big, starting small, and beginning now. It's a new one that I just heard that was so moving and touching. And I want you to like look at the screen and look at these words and think about this when I talk about the story. There is a 5-star executive director. I'm going to mute everybody. I'm sorry. Maybe I will. Let's see if I can do that. Okay, cool. So I'm sorry. Let's start over. There is an elite executive director that is in Tupperware right now, and she started in 2013. That's 4 years ago. This is just crazy. When she started in Tupperware, about I think it was the month that she started in Tupperware, the month before, excuse me, her husband went into the hospital with a blood infection and almost died. And he couldn't work, obviously. He's in the hospital fighting for his life. And she had a small little boy at home, and they were literally evicted from their apartment. Literally evicted. He got out of the hospital, and she picked him up, and they lived in their car. They lived in their car. And for me, I guess I can't imagine that. I mean, I've always either had a place to live or, you know, I don't know. I've never had that. I just can't imagine. I don't know if you guys can imagine if that's happened to you or not. But for me, it's unfathomable. But this happened to her. And she said that about, I think it was 2 hours away, maybe it was an hour away from where she lived. She had this friend that said, I have a room you can rent for me, and I'll give you the first month for free. It's really big out in California to rent rooms here. I don't remember people doing that back in Ohio very much when I lived there, but it's a very big deal here. And I think it's kind of cool, but a little bit odd, but that's just how it is, you know, because it's so expensive. So she said, I'll give you the first month for free. And she knew that she had to make it work for that month because she had to pay the bills. It couldn't be homeless again. So her husband, who's still recovering and could not work, is staying in this room with their small child while she goes out and she gets this job and she starts working like crazy. And the woman that is giving her the room says, I sell Tupperware. Maybe you should try this. And so she's like, okay, I'll try this out. And she did. Within the first, I think it was month, maybe it was 2 months. I can't remember if it was a month or 2 months that she said, she gets this check in the mail from Tupperware. And she doesn't understand where this check is coming from. And the husband says, no, don't cash this. They might do something with us later and make us pay it back. Call Tupperware and find out why they sent you this check. She had stepped up to manager and didn't even know it, and she got a check in the mail from being a manager. She said, all I did was what they told me to do at the rally when I would go. She said, and I needed to make this work, and so I did. So let's fast forward to today. She is an executive elite director, which basically means that she's way up higher than I am, and she's making around $20,000 or more a month. A month. Can you imagine bringing in $20,000 a month? That's crazy, right? But she started out 4 years earlier living in her car, homeless. I think if that is a think big, start small, begin now moment, I've never heard of one besides, I mean, as big, I should say, there's lots of them, but never as big as this one. And they just purchased this beautiful home, and she showed us a picture of it. And I wanted to share that with you because I think that we don't think big enough. And sometimes starting small is okay, but dude, you gotta start, right? You gotta start and you gotta begin now. And I think that's the most powerful thing for all of us to hear is you can think big and say, dude, I wanna make $20,000 a month every month. Great. Starting small. You need to have at least one party in your books. You're not gonna get there, right? Let's start small and say at least one party. So if nothing else, you have one party in the month of September. Of course you wanna have more, but if you have 0, 1 is doubling, right? So let's at least start small and say we're gonna get one in-home party and we're gonna begin now. And that means that you are going to start making your phone calls or do whatever it takes to call people and talk to people and message people to get that one party. And there's other things that go with it, obviously, is the party planning and how you're gonna do the party and practicing and making sure that you have the best one party of the whole entire month. If you're gonna go do that party, it better be the best one ever. And I want you to think about that. I want you to write down what's your think big. And I think people, a lot of times, they get stuck on it because they're like, oh, well, I wanna pay bills. Great, what bills? What's your big think big? You know, be specific. And then starting small. I can tell you from most of the people I've talked to, starting small is at least having one party. And if you have one party, starting small is doubling it, having 2, right? If you already have 2 parties, double it and have 4. At least start and begin now, right now. Even after this is over tonight and you're thinking, oh my gosh, it's 10 o'clock at night and I can't do anything now. Not true. You can make a list of who you're gonna call tomorrow, right? You can decide how you're gonna do it. So think big, start small, begin now. I know I took a lot of time on this one screen, but I think it's really important for us to really grasp how big this is. All right. Oh gosh, that did not work out to my favor, did it? Let's see. Why is this not working? Oh my gosh. Can we say annoying? Whenever you have, like, I don't know if anybody ever has problems like this, but sometimes you get technical problems. You're like, why am I having technical problems? Okay, so let me pull this up a different way. I apologize, guys. For some reason, it only saved the one slide. I don't know why. So we are gonna pull it up a different way. Okay. Sorry, guys. Like we had this big momentum and then it was like, it just takes a second to load. So something went wrong. I literally just had this open like an hour before to make sure that everything would go well. I even practiced this. Isn't that funny how that works out? Oh, it's opening. Yay! Okay. Open, open, open. All right, here we go. Let's start again. Believe that you will succeed, and you will. And here you guys are. Okay, can you guys see this okay? Like this way? Yes? You can see this? Okay, thank you. Believe that you will succeed, and you will. If you think you can or you think you can't, guess what? You're right. If you think it's easy or you think it's hard, guess what? You're right. So if you want it to be easy, tell yourself it's easy and go for it, right? Simple made simple. Where do you want to be? Ask yourself if what you are doing today is getting you closer to where you want to be tomorrow. Is it? What did you do today to get you closer to tomorrow? I'm going to use Robin as an example because she's on and I've actually watched her journey. She has been on this huge weight loss journey, and it's been so motivating to watch her go through this, right? Is that okay that I'm talking about this? I hope it is. Okay, all right, good. It's been motivating. She's had so many obstacles that she could have quit. Her husband was in the hospital. He had a blood infection too, you know? I mean, he had so many problems and she was so worried about him, and she still went to work and she still went to the hospital and she was taking care of him. And guess what? She made time to eat right, and she made time to go to jazzercise, and she made time for that because it's what she wanted. So every day she woke up and said, what am I going to do today? Get closer to my goal, my weight goal that I want, my body image goal that I want. It's the same thing in our business. If you want it, you got to do something about it, right? What would you like to become? What do you want to do? What do you want to have? What do you want to give? You know, I've met a lot of people in my 9 years in this business, and I've heard lots of different things. I've heard some people say, I don't need the money, but I want to give back, right? Or sometimes it's not necessarily they say my husband makes a lot of money, but I would like to have my own money, right? I'd like to have my own. And then maybe it's just, I need to get out of debt, or I need to pay a bill, or maybe I just want to do something for myself for a change, right? What do you want to do? What do you want to have? And what do you want to get? It's important to know that for yourself. Some of our greatest leaders started out just like you. Actually, all of our leaders in Tupperware has started out just like you. This is Brownie Wise, and she was the vice president of the company, and she started out as a consultant. She actually started the consultants. She was the one who started all of this, which was so cool. But if you look at every one of us, you look at Pam Clift, she has started out as a consultant. She is where she is, but she was right where everybody was now. I started out as a consultant. We all started out purchasing a kit at one point, which is really cool that we've all been through this together. And what's really cool is that we've all gone through struggles, different kinds of struggles, but we've all gone through them. You know, we didn't have all of this technology 9 years ago that we do now. We had internet, but we didn't really use it very much, right? And we had Facebook, but nobody was really on it. Nobody used it for social media. We never really heard of social media marketing, right? Like that wasn't even a thing. If you wanted to go to meetings, you couldn't watch them live or watch them on Zoom. You legit had to go to the meeting, right? So it's so cool that we have so much more, you know, for us, but we've all gone through our struggles, but we started out as a consultant. Believe in yourself, and I love that it says be you. Don't be me. You know, I hear this so much. I can't do what you do because I'm not you. Girl, no one is. And please just know and be thankful that you're not, because we don't need too many more crazies in this world, right? Everybody's different. If you look at, I think there's like 27 directors in Champion alone. I hope I'm right in that number. I'm pretty darn close, I think. Not one of us are the same. Not one of us. One of our directors, her name is Nikki. She's the most amazing person. So shy that she looks like she's going to cry when you talk to her in person. But online, she does pretty well because there's no one actually, she doesn't think that they're watching her, you know, even though they are. So be you. Don't be me. Don't be Ellen. Don't be Loretta. Don't be Pam. Be you. Let's figure out how being you is going to help you in your business. Don't party alone. Let's start building your unit. So remember how I said starting now is to have parties? I'm going to tell you, that's where it starts. If you're not having parties, you're probably not going to build your unit. You can recruit outside the party, but the best place and the easiest place to recruit and build your unit is the party. So being a manager, as you're gonna learn through this, doesn't really mean that you have to do much more. It's the same exact thing. It's date, party, recruit, repeat. Date, party, recruit, repeat. Date, party, recruit, repeat. We have all of these trainings in place that you don't have to train them. All you have to do is plug them in to what we're already doing. Date, party, recruit, repeat. Did you guys write that down? I'm gonna say it again. Date, party, recruit, repeat. We should make that a song. Ideas. All right, so let's talk about managers through executive managers in your unit structure. So here's you at the very top. You get paid 3 levels deep. That's pretty cool, and that only just started, I don't know if it's this last March or the March before. It's only been in progress for a year, which is awesome. So you have to have at least 3 frontline active people, which don't worry, we're gonna go over all of that, in order to get paid or credit on anybody else below. So if you have one person down here and she's got 2 recruits and this one has 1, you don't get credit unless you have 3. So you need at least 3 frontline active people. So this, I'm actually gonna take a little screenshot of this right here, and I'm gonna tell you why. Taking a screenshot, and I'm gonna send this to you, and I want you to write down names of the first 3 people on this line. I'm gonna take 2 screenshots because I want you to write down names of who you want or who you already have as your people right here. And then the big one is gonna be who they will have or they know. So if this girl here knows 3 people and this girl here knows 3 people, you know, like kind of make your own little diagram. But visuals help, right? And if you want to, put a little picture of yourself right there. You're like, that doesn't look like me, but I want me up there, right? Put a little picture of you up there and then start thinking about who you're gonna talk to about joining your team. If you're not at a party, that's okay. You can still talk to your friends and family or your network. But I'm gonna tell you, having a party is your best bet. All right, so we'll talk about earnings. So a manager, you get 2% of your team sales. Star manager gets 3%, and executive manager gets 4%. So remember I said commission level is 3 levels deep. So don't even look at the Vanguard for just a second. I just want to, let's do some math. I have my little calculator here because I'm not really great at math. So let's not talk about your personal sales. Let's talk about just your unit. So your unit does $2,500 in sales, and you are a manager. You get paid 2%. That's $50 extra in your pocket just because you recruited. That doesn't mean that you did anything really extra with them. You just dated, partied, recruited, repeat. Dated, partied, recruited, repeat, right? Party, recruit, repeat, right? That's what you did. And at your party, you recruited and you repeated it. So you're doing the exact same thing as you did as a consultant, but you're getting paid more money. Now look at this Vanguard bonus right over here. So here's your Vanguard. So Vanguard means that not this, just the 2%. You get your 2% of your earnings. And then when you do $2,500 in sales, you get a $50 cash bonus. Ooh, so that's $100 in your pocket just for doing $2,500 in sales. You do $3,000 in sales, that's 60 plus, oops, see, I gotta do math. Now let's say you did 3,000 times 3%. Oh, excuse me, 2%. That's that's $60. Oh, see? That's funny how that equals like that. So for each additional 2,000, you get to add $25 onto your Vanguard bonus on your retail sales. Pretty cool, isn't it? And if you get paid 3 deep, what's really cool is when you're doing parties by yourself, you're probably gonna do $2,000 in sales by yourself, all by yourself. And then your team's gonna do 2,000. You're gonna have to 4,000. And then you go to the next level of 5, 6. You know, this adds up very quickly in team sales if you are doing the method. And the method really is date, party, recruit, repeat. Date, party, recruit, repeat, right? And I know that sounds easier said than done, but if you at least date 1 party, and at that 1 party, you at least recruited 1 person, and then at that party, you also dated 2 parties, then that's pretty great. And even if you were like, I only got 1 recruit lead, but I got 2 parties, that's pretty great too, right? So you work with your leads, which we'll go into that another time, but I just wanted you to see the earnings. So to achieve manager title, you need to personally hold and build a unit that holds parties. So I understand that some people are like, I only want to sign on for the discount. Do not tell people they cannot sign on for the discount because they can. They totally can. However, They do have to have a launch party. That's one of the requirements. You know, if you want to sign on to do the Discount Diva program, it's totally fine. But we need to activate your account, which is at least $500 in sales. That will activate you and get you going with your samples, because if they want to buy samples, they're going to have an active account. So let's do your $500 in sales, which is one party. I'll come do it, or it's you talking to them. I can't come do your party if I don't live near you, right? You can tell them I'll come do your party for you, so at least you know how to do a party. And then at their party, then you help them date parties, because then they can either take them or you can take them, either way. You want to encourage them to have at least $1,000 in, because if they do, they get their kit paid off, right? So of course people can come in for discounts. But if you teach them how to date, party, recruit, repeat, and you're doing dating, party, recruiting, repeating, and you've got 3 people on your team dating, recruiting, and partying, repeating, I mean, that's just pretty big, right? So you need to have 1 or more standard personal parties yourself. That means you have to have at least $500 in sales. 5 or more standard unit parties each month, which means $2,500 or more in retail sales. And it says 3 levels deep, and that's true. You get the whole 3 levels deep, but you do have to have your 3 or more active, personally recruited level 1 unit managers. And so personal active consultants are consultants you personally recruited and are in an active status. Active status is technically $250, but that doesn't last very long for them. So I just activate their account at $500, because they get a rolling 4 months that way, and it gets them halfway to their goal, just so you know. All right, so earnings, profit plus, as we kind of went through this already, you get based on commissionable volume at 3 levels deep. So commissionable volume, which is CV, is 75% of the unit's total retail sales, 3 levels deep. So example, your unit retail sales are 25,000. You times that by 0.75 equals 1875, and that's because they're paid on the 25% already. So we don't get paid on their 25%. I actually forgot to tell you that. I'm glad it says that. So 1875 times 0.02 is $37.50 of profit, but you also get the $50 bonus check over here. Aren't you glad we're going through these slides together? Okay, manager. Example 1. So your manager, you have your 1 standard party, you have your 5 unit parties, you've achieved your title. Yay, you've achieved your title. Then your first month to be paid as manager is April. However, I don't know if it's on this slide or not. I can't remember if I put this in, but you get a $100 bonus when you step up to manager. Did I tell you that? So and this is March, I understand this, but let's take September for example. Let's say you step up in September, which you're gonna wanna do because Record Breaker's coming up in October. So you step up in September, you get a $100 bonus from Tupperware, woo, 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 and then your first month that you can be paid as a manager is October. But you can only be paid as a manager if you make your manager numbers, which is the $500 in personal sales and $2,500 is the minimum for your manager sales. If you don't make those, you don't get paid as a manager, just so you know for future. Oh, look, I just said that. To maintain and be paid as, you have to make sure that you do this every month. Okay. To achieve star manager title. Ooh, now we're moving up. So you're thinking, okay, I made manager. What's next? Well, first of all, you step up to star manager and you get a $150 cash bonus. So let's say you step up to manager in September, you get a $100 bonus. And then you step to star manager in October, you get a $150 bonus. Isn't that great? And then you have to do at least $500 in sales, right? And you have to do 10 standard unit parties, which is $5,000 in retail sales and 6 or more actively personal recruits. So you just doubled it, right? So you have 3 people right here. You have to have 3 more people right here. And then all together, you have to do 5,000. I'm going to screenshot this because I want you guys to take a picture of this and start putting in names of people you want to work with to get there. And if you don't have people to put in there when you're at your parties, kind of think about it. You know, like, gosh, you know, I really liked her a lot. I'm going to write her name. Like, let's say you meet a girl named Sarah. You're going to write Sarah's name right here and think, I really, really, really want Sarah on my team. So I am going to put her, ooh, I tried to exit out of that. Oh man, I'm so sorry, guys. I do not want to watch any. Oh look, there's my PowerPoint that I was looking for. Trump, I don't need anything about Trump. Oh goodness. Sorry, guys. Okay. All right, so it's the same thing with your earnings. It's at 3%. So 5,000 in sales times 0.75 is 37.50. So 3% is $112.50 as your bonus. But look right down here, you get a $50 bonus, right? So 112.50 plus 50 is $162.50. This does not include your 25% commission or the 5 or 10% personal sales volume bonus. If you're doing at least one party a week, you're gonna hit one of those bonuses, right? So I'm gonna write this down. I have like pens everywhere. I need to find it right here. Okay, so let's say you're a star manager and you just make your minimum goals. That's $160.50. But you did at least 2,500 yourself, because if you're doing, let's just say you're doing 4 parties a month. That's $2,000. So that's 25%. Oops. Times 25% is $500. And then $2,000 times 5% is $100. So you did $2,500 in sales because you only did 4 standard parties that month. So 4 times you went out of the house, 4 times, right? But remember, you dated, recruited, repeated, you know, you did all of that. But 4 times, and your team did the same exact thing. You made $762.50. That's a lot of money to make to leave your house 4 times, isn't it? I think that's a lot of money. And that probably was about maybe 12 hours worth of work. Let's just say 15. Okay, let's just round it up. Divide by 15. So you just made $50.83 an hour. If you would like to make $50.83 an hour, please raise your hand. Okay, oh, we got 1 person raising their hand, woohoo, okay. That's pretty awesome. All right, let's move on. Star Manager, it's the same exact thing. If you achieve it in September, or October or September, then the very next month when you make your goals is when you get paid as a Star Manager, just so you know. So it's the following month that you make it. So if you make Manager in September, we celebrate you and you get your cash bonus, but you do not get to get paid as until the following month. All right, and the same exact thing, and we just said that. I just went over that. So here's Executive Manager title. So this is stepping up to the next level. Oh, guess what? You get a $200 cash bonus when you step up to that. Woo-woo. Let's screenshot this. I don't know about you guys, but I like visuals, right? All right, so this is stepping it up. So you have to just still do at least 1 party a month, but if you're not doing more than that, it's really hard to reach this level. 15 standard unit parties, which is $7,500 in sales, and 9 or more actively personally recruited members. So 9 frontline, okay? And let's see about the money there. So it says right here, when you do 7,500, that's $225. And if you look up here, that's another $105 cash bonus. Again, that does not include your 25% or your 5 or 10% personal sales volume bonus. You can be making a whole lot more money doing that. But like I said, start just doing 1 party a week. Do 4 a month. But if you don't have that, start by doing 1, right? Got to start somewhere. So same thing with the executive and same thing to maintain to be paid as. So let's look at potential earnings. I did that a little bit with you, but let's look what it says here. So you're holding 1 standard party a week. Wow, we just went through this, didn't we? I just wrote that down. I can't believe this is so funny. I know I went through all of these PowerPoints and slides, but I forget sometimes what I just did. So $500, $2,000, $500, like this is exactly what we just went through. $500, $100, $600, $750, $70, and $737.50. I got $762.50. I must have added something wrong. Oh, no. I added an extra $100. I must have added something wrong. Oh, that's for manager earnings. Excuse me. I was doing Star Manager. That's why. Let's see. Oh, so this is for potential manager earnings. So personally hold parties and build a unit that holds parties. So if you're holding 2 standard parties a week, look at how much bigger this is. 2 standard parties a week just doubled what you're making. $1,587.50 a month. That's a lot of money. That's just by doubling what you just did. So instead of doing 1 party a week, you're going to do 2. This is huge. Raise your hand if you want to make $1,587.50 a month by just leaving your house twice a week, right? I mean, you just can't get better than that. All right, star manager earnings by holding one standard party a week is $847.50. I must have done math wrong. I do that. I'm not a great math wizard, let's just say. But let's look at if you did 2 standard parties as a star manager. $1,720.50. That's huge. That's huge. I mean, I can just even imagine what that could do for someone's life. It could change someone's life. That could probably pay most of all your bills, right? So potential for an executive manager doing 1 party a week is $1,455. Still pretty darn good if you ask me. But let's look if you did 2 standard parties. It's $2,035 a month by doing 2 standard parties when you are an executive manager. And this is base level. This isn't even if you guys go above and beyond. This is just making your numbers. This is just the least amount, right? That's what I keep getting. It's so hard to even say because when I tell people, oh, you have 9 people working on your team and you're working as well, you're probably going to be doing more than $7,500 in sales anyways, just so you know. This is just the base level. But wait, there's more. Don't we love it when we hear that? Oh, I think I already told you that. I think I ruined the surprise. But there's the step-up bonus right there. First time as a manager, you get $100. First time as a star manager, you get $150. First time as an executive manager, you get $200. But wait, there's still more. Let's see if I ruined the surprise. Executive manager bonus. So when you become an executive manager and have $7,500 or more in unit retail sales for 2 consecutive months, you qualify for a $150 bonus you'll receive each month after you achieve $7,500 more in sales. We used to call this car cash bonus. They call it something different now, but it's basically the same thing. So when you've done it 2 months in a row and you consecutively do that every month, you get an additional $150 in your paycheck. That's pretty awesome. Is anybody's car payment at least $150? Or could that help your car payment? Or could that pay a bill for you? Or maybe that could go into the savings. So here you go. So you've achieved the qualification this month. Your title will be effective June. So this is your first month you paid as executive, right? And then it's 1 month in a row, second month in a row, and in September you do it and you get your $150 bonus. I love that they're so precise. But wait, there's even more. Here's your structure. So with this structure, you can now have a manager within your 3 levels deep and still have them count towards your sales. So manager at level 1, his and her personal recruits still count for your structure, but you still get paid only 3 levels deep, right? So if you have somebody right here in the middle, they're like, I want to be a manager, I want to make all this money, I want to do this too, they can, and you still get credit for still 3 levels deep. So you don't get 3 levels on top of their levels, you just get 3 levels deep, period. So then if you develop a manager at level 3, you would only count that manager's personal sales towards your total sales, but not their personal recruits. Does that make sense to you? So if you recruit somebody down here and they become a manager, or someone recruits them here and they're a manager, you get their personal but not their team because you only get 3 levels deep until you step up to director and then you get it all. So as in the manager process, you can have managers within any of your levels. That's huge. We didn't have that before. When I first started in Tupperware, I'll tell you, I had lots of consultants and I only got paid the first level. It did not matter if there was consultants who recruited consultants, I didn't get paid on them. Top 10 reasons to step up to manager. Like you need any more reasons because I just gave you tons, right? But let's go through 10. Are you guys ready? Okay. Number 10, make new friends. This is Ellen, this is Carrie. I don't know who that is. But this is my Jenny and this is my Amy. So these are 2 of my directors on my team. And this is Ellen who actually recruited me. So some of you know her, some of you don't. She's amazing. Number 9, opportunity for exclusive training. I love that we have so much training in Champion. It's not just Tupperware. We're very blessed to have what we have in Champion. And we have Kevin Farrell right here who's not even in Champion. He gives us all of his training and knowledge and we love him. He's amazing. And we have, look at more directors here, more managers here, and Ellen. Number 8 is satisfaction of helping your unit grow. There is just nothing like a feeling to watch somebody else grow and to know that you got to be there along the way. And I can only imagine it's kind of like that with your kids. I don't have children, but if you've had children, which I think most of you have, I'm pretty sure all of you have children. I don't know if I'm wrong, but even if you're watching this recording, if you have children, And you've got to be a part of their lives. You helped raise them, but watching them grow, what was that feeling like? It's very similar. It's not the same, but you kind of feel like they're your baby a little bit, and you get to help them grow. Number 7, more recognition for you and your unit. Recognition is huge. You ever spend all day long cleaning the house, and then your husband comes home, and has he ever like got you a sash and was like, best wife ever, and gave you a crown and was like, you're so amazing, here's extra money because I just love you for cleaning the house? No, they don't even notice you just cleaned the house, right? You don't even care. They come home, they make a mess in the kitchen, and they sit down, and they're like, where's dinner? Hello? No, we need recognition in our lives. We are women, and we need recognition. Well, if you're a man watching this, you need it too. Number 6 is increase your confidence. It will. It's not possible to make it through this program and not have more confidence in yourself. It's not possible, because there's very few things I can say not possible to, because everything is possible, but it's not possible for you to make it through this program and not feel better about yourself in some way, shape, or form. Number 5, help others achieve their dreams. This is the Nikki girl I was telling you about with my Amy. This is one of her paychecks after I think this is right after she became a director. I think so. And she made $2,360.37. That's huge. And this is neat to watch all these people move up and all these managers move up. Number 4, the opportunity for all expense paid manager trips. You can earn a trip to Hemingway, and that's in Myrtle Beach. I've earned that trip twice. It's amazing, and you can earn that as a manager. Number 3, work smarter, not harder, by teaching your unit to hold parties and recruit. Ooh, look who's here. I wonder who this girl is. I think that's me. And this is our amazing Pam Callahan. We call her Callie. Number 2, getting closer to number 1, aren't we? Be a part of your organization's leadership team. So you can see in these pictures, we have lots of fun being part of the leadership team. What's the number 1 reason? Earn more money and exclusive rewards. This is Loretta DeCenso-Tiber. She's one of our top sellers and top recruiters, and she's also our top directors in the organization. She's amazing, and you can learn so much from her. If you ever see her do a training, get on her training. She's so great. But who doesn't want to earn more money and exclusive awards? Who doesn't want to earn that? When you believe, anything is possible. And I don't care if that sounds cheesy, but it's the truth. By golly, it's the truth. Think big, start small, but begin now. So what do you guys think? I'm going to open it up for questions. I'm going to unmute you. I'm unmuted all of you. Anybody have any questions or any comments or anything at all that they'd like to share with the group tonight? You guys are so quiet. Okay, that's all right. I'm going to end the recording. So thank you guys for watching. If you're watching this recording version, I really appreciate it.